Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvaditam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadhilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamajalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavadhitam Trigunarhitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Yes, Nithyananda everyone. We welcome you all to today's program, to today's celebration of the Navami Brahmotsavam, being celebrated with the blessings and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. As you all know, today we're entering into the 6th day of the Navami celebrations of the Navami Brahmotsavam. And as a part of the festivals, the celebrations going on, we thought it would be a very nice opportunity to take this time, these 10 days, to do a mini series on leadership, having the qualities of not having the qualities, but expressing the leadership consciousness, as we had discussed in yesterday's segment. And step by step, over the past many days, we have covered various different parts, various different aspects of a person's life, beginning with identifying the purpose, the future of our life, what we want to do with our life, followed by how we can become our own boss, how we can attract the right people in our life, which we're going to be covering on today. And some of the other previous topics which we had spoken about were expressing leadership consciousness, living the lifestyle of responsibilism, and having the space of Advaita, of Paramadvaita with our team lead. And so today we are touching upon the topic of how to surround ourselves with the right people, surrounding ourselves, how we can have the right people in our life. And so joining with me here today, we also have Snitya Brahmasukananda Maharaj, who's going to be answering many of our frequently asked questions, who's going to be taking us a step further, a step deeper into how giving us the right powerful cognitions as shared, as revealed to us by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, on how we can express, how we can have the powerful cognition, what is the right way we can surround ourselves with the right people. And so, yes, so I'd actually like to take this and start on something which we all are actually doing in our day-to-day life. And that is every couple of days, every couple of weeks, every couple of months, continuously changing the state we're living. And this is not happening out of a powerful cognition or happening out of a space of powerfulness, but just because we feel that if we don't keep up with the trend, we become outdated, we become an outcast, something like that. When we are told to surround ourselves with right people, many of us immediately come to a conclusion that those around us are not the right people. We always feel continuously that we need a new environment, we need a new girlfriend, we need a new job, a new car. Everything needs to be different for us every couple of days. We use these statements to justify those around us, saying that they are useless. It is these subtle incompletions which are there in our lives and our environment. For these reasons, we are not able to experience true fulfillment or true completion. Any place where we are, in any part of the world, any place in life where we are in, we always think that the grass is greener on the other side. So, Brahmasukha Maharaj, how is it, why we all live with this cognition? Most of us, 90% of us are living with this kind of cognition. Why is it that, that anyone we see in our life, we are living with more or less the same or similar cognition?
Yes. See, first thing you have to understand that whatever we want to achieve in life, the best things will come only with the best company. We have to surround ourselves with the right company. We are not denying that. That is the first point. Because even the Supreme Pontiff says it repeatedly, you are the product of your company. So whatever you want to manifest in your life is a function of, is a direct product of what kind of people you surround yourself with. Now the question comes that people, if they want to, like, let's say, if they want to surround themselves with what they call as the right kind of people, instead of looking in then why are they manifesting this kind of company again and again, they develop a certain kind of incompletion with the present group of people that they have and immediately decide to jump to a new group, to jump to a new environment, to jump to a new situation. And this has become a habit for Most of us, in fact, most of the mankind, it's suffering right now, and especially the Western world. Even let's say if we look at the relationships, the divorce rate, it's become so high in the Western countries. Why? Because nobody has that settled feeling with their own partner in the present situation. Nobody is settled with the present company they're working for. Nobody is settled with the present lifestyle they're living. This continuous unsettling feeling again and again makes them jump again and again to the new situations. Yes, you need the best situation. If your situation is not right, if let's say you're surrounded with drug addicts as friends, you have to change that. But the problem is, you simply deciding to jump is not going to solve the problem, because you will find yourself again and again falling into the same kind of company. That is the problem which people don't understand, and they fall into the rut of again and again changing their situations, trying to change the situations. And in fact, this has become a fad now. Changing your partner has become a fad. But people don't understand this comes from a deep, unsettling feeling which is inside them that does not first let them accept their present situation as it is and understand why is it that they have manifested it in the first place, and then from that cognition try to change it.
Yes, Maharaj, exactly. And actually, we can actually take this moment to recognize, to remember, and to tell that these are one of the things which Rama is known for. Like, when we say Rama, when we talk about him, one of the first and foremost things he known about is not just him, but even Devi Sita as well, is that they are known for being an example, for marrying and deciding to live with just being, not just deciding to live with that person, but living in continuous romance with that person, continuous ecstasy in the space of Advaita with that person. It is just a very beautiful example. There is no other example which you can give where the ideal grahastha life, the ideal life of living with another person, living with having another person in your life and living with them in the space of complete completion, living with them in the space of pure Advaita. The supreme pontiff of Hinduism reveals, shares with all of us, enlightens us on how Rama's story is nothing but a story of inclusion. Everyone who Rama met in his life, he contributed to them and included them as a part of his family, as a part of his life, as a part of his story. The real test real test of the teamly process itself, which we had spoken about a couple of days back, is to be able to bring collective integrity among our team, not just surrounding ourselves with the right people. That is the first step which we need to cognize. We also need to understand that whomever which we are surrounding with right now, these are the people who have been sent to us, who have been given to us by the cosmos, by the existence, by God. These are not just them. These are the people who we have chosen to attract in our life. Maharaj, what are like some of the most common misunderstandings, common misconceptions which people are suffering with, of why they need to continuously change, why they need to feel that they need to change in their life?
Yes, Maharaj. See, actually, this culture of continuously changing brings more restlessness with life, like dumping our partners again and again, choosing a new partner, to find another person, another place to live, another job, another culture, another country, everything, even sometimes another civilization. Now, people are choosing to go into the deep Amazon forest and trying to explore those tribal cultures. They are just not satisfied with anything. The truth from our scriptures, from the Hindu scriptures, is that we ourselves attract the people around us, and we have to hold on to the same cognitions. If we hold on to the same cognitions, we will bring the same people again and again, same incidents again and again in our life. See, the truth is that we are the source of whatever we see around us. Whatever our reality is, we are the source. If the company around us, if we are not happy with it, if we are not happy with the people we are living in, if we are not happy with our job, if we are not happy with, let's say, our country, in the country I'm born, let's say, I am responsible for it first. Nobody's asking people, no, don't change it if it's actually factually wrong, if it's not a good place to live. Nobody's asking you not to change. But understand first that the first step cannot be just simply jumping to the other side of the fence. First cognize that deep inside, I am the source. I have chosen to be among these people. I don't remember, I don't realize, but I have chosen. Even the famous, the popular law of attraction. What is it really? It is the same principle that we attract whatever reality is happening around us. We attract the kind of people depending on our inner space that we carry. If we are in the right inner space, we attract the right people. If we are in a negative inner space, carrying the negative inner space, we will continuously attract negative people. Now, if we even jump to the so-called positive people, that company, it will not remain permanently. Somehow we will see that in the course of time, we again find ourselves in the same kind of reality, same kind of situation, same kind of negative energy around us. Maybe even the people who were earlier positive suddenly start behaving negatively around us. So ultimately, we are manifesting the same reality. Why? Because deep inside, our cognition has not changed. The source remains the same. Okay, so that's the fundamental cognition with which we function. The whole universe functions basically. So in order to even change our company and surround ourselves with the right people, which is important for our success, first step has to be to complete with the reality that is actually among us, the reality that we are surrounded with. Understand, complete, cognize how we created it, and then alter the cognition. And when we alter the cognition, sometimes magic happens that even the same kind of people start behaving in a completely new positive way. Same people, same faces, but personalities will completely change. We may not even have to jump to the other country, jump to the other culture, jump to the other job, jump to the other partner. Same partner will start behaving differently. That is the power of completion. That is the power of the inner space and altering the inner space with the powerful cognitions in order to attract the right company, the right people, and the right situations in order to manifest our reality.
So, Maharaj, when we say we want to attract the right people, when we want to attract the right situations in our life, because constantly, see, even when we're telling people that, that constantly changing things is not going to give them what they want. But then at the same time, if they are striving for excellence, they're striving for excellency. And for excellence, of course, which today we are not surrounded by the best things and we are not working for the best things, but by and by, as we start growing, as we start becoming better and better and better, then automatically things already start changing for us, right? So how does that work? How can we excel? How can we become better people, but at the same time, not get into this rut of feeling that we constantly need to change something to get what we want?
See, the answer to this is basically completion. The answer to this is understanding. First, understanding why I am creating this kind of reality, why I am again and again manifesting these kinds of people. Understanding, cognizing, and then completing, bringing collective integrity in the present group, in the present number of people that we are surrounded by. Because each and every person is a reflection of some pattern, some incompletion that we are carrying inside us. They are a mirror. They are a wake-up alarm, so to speak, that you have this problem, you have to correct it, you have to complete it. Completion is the right word. You have to complete it. So when we complete with that pattern, when we complete, let's say, for example, let's say I have a deep incompletion in me that others are hurting me. Others are always there to hurt me, for example. This simple cognition will make sure I again and again manifest people who are behaving the same way which I cognize as hurting me. So, and I again and again feel hurt and again fall into the same depression, same anger, same things. Simply cognizing the very fact that it is because of my cognition that I am manifesting this, and completing with that root cognition and completing with that person who I am seeing as someone who is hurting me, completing with that is the only way that I'm going to get out of this pattern. And then from that new pattern, new understanding, new cognition, simply the new reality will manifest. Now, after that, even if I change or even if I alter my company, that is going to stay. That is going to be permanent, because now it has happened from the space of completion. It has not happened just randomly, just I chose, just from point A to point B I moved, and just because I moved from point A to point B, success will happen. No, it is not going to happen. It will happen only from the space of completion, only from the space of oneness. And we have numerous examples, the incarnations that happen amongst us again and again, like Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, and even now the living incarnation, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. They are the clear manifestations and examples of how to make this happen. their life is a testimony to the fact that these truths are important, and they show us again and again. Maybe Mangala Maharaj can guide us through and take some few examples from the story of, let's say, Sri Rama, since we are celebrating Navami Brahmotsam right now. So, Maharaj, would you want to share some examples from the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra Prabhu and show us how he manifested and how he manifested this truth and gathered the right amount, right kind of company, right kind of people who helped him ultimately in his mission, in his purpose of life?
Yes, Maharaj. So when you're talking about Sri Rama, about Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, he neither had to change anything inside, nor did he have to change anything outside. He was absolutely fulfilled in the space of Paramasukha. Hence, that is what he attracted and what he overflowed, what he gave back into the lives and into the hearts of the people who were surrounding him. The Supreme Pandav of Hinduism celebrates Rama's life as a natural for existential energy. Rama's message, Rama's glory still flows in all of us because he himself is continuously, even now, overflowing in that. Sri Rama was surrounded by the right people because he felt that they were the right people, because he himself had such a beautiful cognition about himself and conviction about himself. Naturally, every single person who supported him in his mission to get Sita back, every single person contributed, every single person was the right person for the job. Just if you read the Ramayana, you will understand what I'm saying. From the very moment when Rama had left Ayodhya, was in exile, has started. If you all read the Valmiki's Ramayana, then you'll know that initially when Rama had begun the exile, the whole of Ayodhya had come behind him. The whole Ayodhya had walked with him into the forest. And so in the night, not knowing what to do, actually, Rama, Sita, in the middle of the night, as soon as everyone had fallen asleep in day and started taking rest for the day, they had left separately. And then when they had to cross a river, there was a boat, there was a fisherman, a boatman to take them across. And if you just see the journey beautifully, every part, every step of the journey, someone was there to guide, to help them, and uh, beautifully go through where the exile did not even feel for them in the emotional space or in the mental space, did not feel it as any suffering. But even for all the practical necessities, practical comforts, everything was taken care of for them by life, by the cosmos, through different steps, different various places during the exile. Initially, when they had went to Agastya Kutam and had stayed in the ashram of Rishi Agastya, when they had stayed in the ashrams of various sages, various hermits, continuously they were supported. They imbibed many powerful cognitions from these great rishis and saints. And even during the time of Sita's abduction, when they had the mission to rescue Sita, every single person who was a part of the whole journey, part of the whole mission, fit in perfectly to make everything happen. Whether it was the bridge to build across the ocean to reach Sri Lanka, whether it was the various messengers sent on behalf of Sri Rama, Angada, and Hanuman, in so many different ways, so many different aspects, every single person, every single who's a part of the team, who's a part of Sri Rama's team during that time, had contributed, were just the right person for the job. They're already just there. Even at some point, even after when time had to come to directly face Ravana and understand all his tricks and trickery and everything and all his deceptions, Vibhishana, from there, Vibhishana himself had come to support Sri Rama. So every step, if you see, beautifully, cosmos had aligned for the purpose of Sri Rama getting Sita back. So such a beautiful example. It's just we all need to cognize within ourselves that when we have the right conviction about ourselves, when we have the right cognition, carry the right cognition within our inner space, naturally that is what manifests around our life. When Bhagavan Mahavishnu, Parandama, incarnated and walked on this planet Earth as Purushottama, as Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, literally Vaikunta was created on planet Earth during that time. The establishment of Rama Rajya happened. The perfect model human civilization that supports each and every individual to fulfill the four purusharthas of the dharma, the artha, kama, and moksha of their life, leading all of them to the ultimate abode, thus fulfilling the very purpose of human birth. Right now, maybe maybe Ramasukha Maharaj could give us the parallel, draw the same example of how Sri Ramachandra Prabhu lived so many thousands of years ago, how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the reincarnation, is Sri Rama of our time, in making the same thing happen. How Sri Rama established the Rama Rajya, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is establishing Kailasa for all of us.
Yes, Maharaj, beautifully put. In fact, the current living manifestation, the incarnation amongst us right now in the present day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. So, as an answer to the prayers and the call, the yearning of millions of seekers, he has descended on planet Earth and is reviving and setting the model enlightened Hindu civilization, reviving the Rama Rajya of our time to realign the modern day humanity to their true purpose of existence. He's doing the same job as Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra Prabhu did at his time, even as the same job as Bhagavan Sri Krishna did in his time. Same job the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the current incarnation of Paramashiva, is doing in our modern time for the modern day humanity. So there's also a striking similarity between how both Sri Rama and the Supreme Pontiff as incarnations are working on the mission to give a breakthrough to humanity and establishing this model civilization. But none of this is possible unless one surrounds oneself with the right people. Right? Because as we said already, to achieve anything, any great thing in life, we have to surround ourselves with the right people. Only with the help of the right ecosystem, satsanga, can great things be achieved. In fact, the Supreme Pontiff says, if we associate ourselves with 5 enlightened beings, we become the 6th enlightened being. If we associate ourselves with 5 seekers, we become the 6th seeker. If we associate ourselves with the 5 workaholics, we become the 6th workaholics. Similarly, if we associate ourselves with 5 lazy people, we become the 6th lazy person. If we associate with 5 fools, we become the 6th fool. If we associate ourselves with 5 addicts, we become the 6th addict. So, whatever group we associate ourselves with, surround ourselves with, we manifest that, we become that, and we manifest the same kind of reality again and again. So it's very important what kind of people we surround ourselves with. And the best thing which we can do to ourselves is to surround ourselves with the people who are constantly living this science of completion. That is a perfect ecosystem for any living being, to surround themselves with the people who are striving to and living this science of completion. So the people with whom we are living, whether they are living the science of completion, is as important as living is itself, as living by ourselves. Because many times when we fall out, when we don't complete, or we don't want to complete, when we are desperate, when we are frustrated, when we are not ready to stand up, when we give up on ourselves and others, it is the people around us who hold that space for us. They support us. If they live the science of completion, they can at least hold us up and bring us back. If the people around us are not even living completion, so whenever we fall a little this way, that way, we fall without any stop. It's like a free fall. Free fall is the worst thing that can happen to a spiritual seeker. Right? So either we should have a parachute, which is the master, the guru, or at least the holding net, that is a sangha, the people who are living the science of completion, who constantly remind us to complete, who constantly enrich us with the powerful cognitions, who stand as a support for us. So whenever this science is practiced by many people, when we go there in that ecosystem as part of the teamly, learn the science, then whenever we are living, we naturally make our own teamly live the science of completion. So wherever we live, we just naturally manifest that kind of a team. And even if they are not manifesting, they are not living it, we know how to make them. We take the responsibility to make them live the science of completion and alter the entire reality. And once that happens, more and more fulfillment, more and more wonderful things, the good things in life, joy, fulfillment, spiritual strength, more and more bliss, this whole and the entirety of the best thing of life, this manifests in our own lives. The expansion of life becomes possibility when we surround ourselves with the people who live the science of completion. And if we surround ourselves with the people who have the same goal as us, the people who have the same vision as us, who have the same mission as us, that brings complete completion, that makes us live perpetual completion. So again and again, we understand, we see that this science of completion is so powerful. It not only alters our own inner space, our own reality, it just has the power to change the inner space of the people around us. We don't even have to necessarily change the
Yes,
people,
Maharaj.
we can simply change their inner space. Yes, Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj. As you had beautifully put it, coming back to the example of Sri Ramachandra Prabhu in his own very life, from his own childhood, you see, from the time of his birth, he had gathered the best company around him. He took birth in the royal Suryavanshi Kshatriya lineage, imbibing the qualities of integrity, of courage, of vihira, of dhira, of justice and valor from his great bloodline into his DNA. The Suryavamshi lineage, the lineage of Ikshvaku, of Raghu, is filled with these heroic beings, with these heroic people who have accomplished the great things. One of the greatest dynasties, I can say, where we have so many stories from them, starting with Bhagiratha and then Raghu and Ikshvaku himself. Number of heroic stories, and even Dasharatha, he himself was a hero of his time. The among the abilities, the things which he was able to do, each one gave birth, the Kshatriya, the Suryavamshi lineage itself had given birth to some of the greatest people, greatest human beings whom we have seen. And it is in this line Sri Ramachandra Prabhu assumed the human body. Having this great bloodline directly as a part of his physical DNA. As Mahavishnu, he brought with him, along with himself, came Adishesha, came his Shanku and Chakra, as his brothers, as Lakshmana, Bharata, and Shatrughna, who are literally like his own shadows and assisted him throughout his mission. In the Gurukul, during the Gurukul years of Sri Rama, he surrounded himself even then with the perfect company of enlightened rishis like Vashishta and other great teachers and fellow students who were there with only one goal: to get trained in all the best sciences that Hinduism has to offer, experience complete completion, and become leaders to enrich the world in their respective fields. After leaving his home with Devi Sita and Lakshmana for the Vanvasa period, as we also mentioned earlier, Sri Rama had stayed with numerous number of sages, serving them, learning at their feet, and even helping them during their troubles, which made him gain the tremendous trust and reverence among all the spiritual elite of that time. These great powerful masters gifted him with the best of knowledges and weapons with which he could not only defeat Ravana, but also establish his dharmic kingdom after his coronation. Even after Devi Sita was abducted by Ravana, Prabhu Ram did not have any human army to support him. But by always seeing the best in the beings and the people around him, he made great friends with Jatayu, with Jambhavan, with so many of the other people, with Hanuman, Nala, Nila, and the list goes on and on and on. And coming to the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, where even the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, from the very happening of his birth, he was only surrounded with the best of the best that time had to offer. The first conscious decision to take birth is in the powerful ecosystem, spiritual ecosystem of Tiruvannamalai, proving that even an incarnation needs the right ecosystem to be groomed, to be trained, to be prepared for the mission. In Tiruvannamalai, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism literally grew up by having the darshan of Arunachala Paramashiva in the form of the sacred hill, growing up at his feet, got all the love and all the best training from his various gurus and from the incarnation of Paramashiva, Arunagiri Yogeshwara himself. The whole town of Tiruvannamalai lives and breathes spirituality, lives and breathes Paramashiva within their very life, with the Arunachala temple as the epicenter. Even some of the most mundane gossips, so-called mundane gossips, which you call today, even for them, it'll be somehow related to the temple. That is how temple-centered ecosystem Tiruvannamalai was at the time of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's descent. Siddhas, mystics, and sages would keep visiting the town and interact with the people. Power manifesting yogis, and enlightened beings would be found in almost every street corner of the town. This powerful kshetra and vibrant ecosystem that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had surrounded himself with infused the highest spiritual truths and powerful cognitions in him. in the most simplest of manners, just through the very lifestyle. Did not have to join any separate program or have to have any separate training. It was just through the very lifestyle of Thiruvannamalai, the very ecosystem it was, everything, the whole grooming of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for to manifest his enlightened mission happened. And so now with this, actually, I would like to Brahmasukha Maharaj to lead us all into the process of how we can now understanding how we have now gone and understood for the past almost half an hour now, have listened, heard, and imbibed the cognitions and various truths about why we don't attract the right people in our life, how we can attract the right people in our life now, and how this was practically lived in the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and in the life of Sri Ramachandra Prabhu. Professor Kamaraj, yes, please take the stage and lead us into the completion process so that we all can now start living and attracting the right people around our life as well.
Yes, Maharaj. See, now that we have understood what completion means and how completion is the most powerful tool in order to surround ourselves even with the right people and ultimately to manifest our reality, the highest goals, the best things in our life. Now let's enter into the process to learn how to do this practically in day-to-day life. What it means to be to complete with others. What is to bring collective integrity? What is the completion with the people who are surrounding us? What it really means? How to even do it? What does it mean to be complete within us? What does it mean to complete with the powerless cognitions and to infuse the powerful cognitions in us? So let us enter into this process and to help us understand, to see how to do it step by step. So let us now take a moment to first look in where in our lives we have decided that the people surrounding us are not right, that we have to make up for what they lack, that we are compromised because of their presence. Wherever we closed the door of possibility for them to flower as beautifully complete beings and as living in complete harmony with them. So we have to understand wherever we have done this in our life, when we have just seen the people around us and just shut the doors for their possibility by just labeling them as they are not the right people. This is not the right company. First, let us identify when we have done this. Then take a few minutes and pen down all the incompletions you have about the people who surround you. It can be your partner, your relatives, brothers, sisters, parents, grandparents, your team in your business, your company where you're working, or your colleagues, all the people who are there as your friends, all the people who are there as a part of your life, who you see as your day-to-day team, who you spend your time with. See and pen down all the incompletions you have about those people. In what aspect are they not right? In what aspect are they not right? When you say they are not right for me, what do you mean? What do you really mean? In what aspect are they not right for you, for your life? Where do you feel they are not sufficient for supporting you in your life the way you need it? So take a few minutes to pen down. All we need for this process is simple sincerity and being present and giving our whole heart, our whole attention to this process. If we just intensely do this simple process, we will see the power of completion practically, experientially. It can simply alter our reality, our experience that we feel with the people who we are surrounded with. We just take a couple of minutes and pen down what all incompletions you are facing with the people who are there in your life right now. When you label them as they're not the right people for me, they're bad people, or different labels that you give them, what is it that you really mean? How are they lacking? In what way they are not offering something to your life the way you expect? Take a few moments and pen down.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivam overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye.
Even if you pen down a few major incompletions that you have with some of the people that are around you, you will at least begin to taste this process and know how to do this process even later. So if you have penned down at least a few major incompletions that immediately surface in your mind when you think of the people around you, the next step is to look in and see where you, because you already decided that they are not right, you closed the door for them to support you, for those people who are around you. You closed the door for them to support you. Where have you not opened up to them? Because you felt they would not understand you. They would not be able to or want to support you with your struggles. I'll repeat this step. So after the first step, you have penned down, listed some of the major incompletions that you have with the people around you. In this step, you have to see when you labeled them as not right, as not the right kind of people, how you closed the door for them to support you, how you closed the possibility for them to contribute to your life. Because you felt that they would not understand you, they would not be able to or want to even support you with your struggles. How you close the opportunity even for them. Just take a few moments. Because of your labeling them as not right, how you even stopped their growth, how you stopped their possibility to open up to you and you to open up to them, and for the possibility for them to actually support you and contribute to your life. See, you may have some example that you may have the perception that they don't support you, so they are not right for me, and have some incompletions because of that. Anger, frustration, violence, judgmental attitude. But now you have to see how, by you labeling them as not right, in many situations where they actually could have supported you, but because of your labeling, you actually stopped them from supporting you. You stopped this possibility that they actually would support you and contribute to your life, which eventually in the start you expected them to do. How you stopped that? Just because of beliefs that they are not the right people, they would not understand me, they would not support me. And finally, even if you have cognized a couple of incidents where you have done this, it's enough for us to move to the next step so you can taste it, at least this process. And finally,
so now, continue to do the process, continue to do the completion process, identifying the various parts of your life, the various incompletions that you have with the people who surround you, and start bringing completion to all of them, identifying all those incompletions, and now start the planning of your conscious future. In a few minutes from now, we're going to be entering into the next segment of today's program, which is the live puja being offered from Adi KAILASA, Nithyananda Paramashiva Devalayam. We'll be offering our gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, to Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, and to Devi Parashakti Mariamman as a part of the various Brahmotsams, various celebrations which are going on. And following the live ritual, the live offering of our worship and paying our respects to the divine, offering our gratitude, we're going to be entering into the power manifestation process, through which the conscious resolution, the conscious sankalpa which we are creating for ourselves, for our life, by doing the power manifestation, manifesting that conscious relationship, the conscious sankalpa in our lives into reality. And so now, please stay tuned. In just a few minutes, we're going to be coming back to you live from Adi Kailasa, from Nithyananda Paramashiva Devalayam, where a live puja is going to be offered. Please stay tuned. We'll be back with you shortly. Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
ॐ आपदा अपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदा लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयोर्भूयोर्नमाम्यहम्। अथ धूपः ॐ धूरसि धूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वतञ्योऽस्मान् धूर्वतितं धूर्वयं वयं धूर्वामस्त्वं देवानामसि सस्नितमं पप्रितमं जुष्टतमं वह्नितमं देवहूतममहृतमसि हविर्धानं दृगुंहस्वमाह्वामृतस्य त्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षेमाभिर्मा संविक्था मा त्वाहि गुंसिषम्। श्री सीता लक्ष्मण समेत श्री रामचंद्र स्वामिने नमः। सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। धूपमाघ्रापयामि। अथ दीपः ॐ उद्दीप्य स्वजातवेदोपग्धन्निरृतिं मम पशोगश्च मह्यमावह जीवनं च दिशो दिश मानो हि गुंसे जातवेदो गामश्वं पुरुषं जगते अबिभ्रदग्न आगहि श्रिया मा परिपातय। श्री सीता लक्ष्मण समेत श्री रामचंद्र स्वामिने नमः। सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। दीपं संदर्शयामि। अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ मधुवाताऋतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्णः सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवपुम्रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुम्मस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः। मधु मधु मधु। श्री सीता लक्ष्मण समेत श्री रामचंद्र स्वामिने नमः। सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमो नमः। अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनं समर्पयामि। नीराजनम् ॐ रामाय रामचन्द्राय रामभद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। श्री सीता लक्ष्मण समेत श्री रामचंद्र स्वामिने नमः। सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमो नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं संदर्शयामि। रक्षान् धारयामि।
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om
सात्विक्यै नमः। ॐ साध्व्यै नमः। ॐ भवप्रीतायै नमः। ॐ भवान्यै नमः। ॐ भवमोचन्यै नमः। ॐ आर्यायै नमः। ॐ दुर्गायै नमः। ॐ जयायै नमः। ॐ आद्यायै नमः। ॐ त्रिनेत्रायै नमः। ॐ शूलधारिण्यै नमः। ॐ पिनाकधारिण्यै नमः। ॐ चित्रायै नमः। ॐ चण्डघण्टायै नमः। ॐ महातपायै नमः। ॐ मनरूपायै नमः। ॐ बुद्ध्यै नमः। ॐ अहङ्कारायै नमः। ॐ चित्तरूपायै नमः। ॐ चितायै नमः। ॐ चित्यै नमः। ॐ सर्वमन्त्रमय्यै नमः। ॐ सत्तायै नमः। ॐ सत्यानन्दस्वरूपिण्यै नमः। ॐ अनन्तायै नमः। ॐ भाविन्यै नमः। ॐ भव्यायै नमः। ॐ भव्यायै नमः। ॐ अभव्यायै नमः। ॐ सदागत्यै नमः। ॐ शाम्भव्यै नमः। ॐ देवमात्रे नमः। ॐ चिन्तायै नमः। ॐ रत्नप्रियाय सदायै नमः। ॐ सर्वविद्यायै नमः। ॐ दक्षकन्यायै नमः। ॐ दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै नमः। ॐ अपर्णायै नमः। ॐ अनेकवर्णायै नमः। ॐ पाटलायै नमः। ॐ पाटलावत्यै नमः। ॐ पट्टाम्बरपरिधानायै नमः। ॐ कलमञ्जीररञ्जिन्यै नमः। ॐ अमेयविक्रमायै नमः। ॐ क्रूरायै नमः। ॐ सुन्दरायै नमः। ॐ सुरसुन्दर्यै नमः। ॐ वनदुर्गायै नमः। ॐ मातङ्ग्यै नमः। ॐ मतङ्गमुनिपूजितायै नमः। ॐ ब्राह्म्यै नमः। ॐ माहेश्वर्यै नमः। ॐ ऐन्द्र्यै नमः। ॐ कौमार्यै नमः। ॐ वैष्णव्यै नमः। ॐ चामुण्डायै नमः। ॐ वाराह्यै नमः। ॐ लक्ष्म्यै नमः। ॐ पुरुषाकृत्यै नमः। ॐ विमलायै नमः। ॐ उत्कर्षिण्यै नमः। ॐ ज्ञानायै नमः। ॐ क्रियायै नमः। ॐ नित्यायै नमः। ॐ बुद्धिदायै नमः। ॐ बहुलायै नमः। ॐ बहुलप्रेमायै नमः। ॐ सर्ववाहनवाहनायै नमः। ॐ निशुम्भशुम्भहनन्यै नमः। ॐ महिषासुरमर्दिन्यै नमः। ॐ मधुकैटभहन्त्र्यै नमः। ॐ चण्डमुण्डविनाशिन्यै नमः। ॐ सर्वासुरविनाशिन्यै नमः। ॐ सर्वदानवघातिन्यै नमः। ॐ सर्वशास्त्रमय्यै नमः। ॐ सत्यायै नमः। ॐ सर्वास्त्रधारिण्यै नमः। ॐ अनेकशस्त्रहस्तायै नमः। ॐ अनेकास्त्रधारिण्यै नमः। ॐ कुमार्यै नमः। ॐ एककन्यायै नमः। ॐ कैशोर्यै नमः। ॐ युवत्यै नमः। ॐ यत्यै नमः। ॐ अप्रौढायै नमः। ॐ प्रौढायै नमः। ॐ वृद्धमात्रे नमः। ॐ बलप्रदायै नमः। ॐ महोदर्यै नमः। ॐ मुक्तकेश्यै नमः। ॐ घोररूपायै नमः। ॐ महाबलायै नमः। ॐ अग्निज्वालायै नमः ॐ रौद्रमुख्यै नमः ॐ कालरात्र्यै नमः ॐ तपस्विन्यै नमः ॐ नारायण्यै नमः ॐ भद्रकाल्यै नमः ॐ विष्णुमायायै नमः ॐ जलोदर्यै नमः ॐ शिवदूत्यै नमः ॐ कराळ्यै नमः ॐ अनन्तायै नमः ॐ परमेश्वर्यै नमः ॐ कात्यायन्यै नमः ॐ सावित्र्यै नमः ॐ प्रत्यक्षायै नमः ॐ ब्रह्मवादिन्यै नमः श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमो नमः। नेत्राणां दशभिष्यतैः परिवृताम् अत्युग्रचर्माम्बरां हेमाभां महतीं किलं श्रितशिखाम् आमुक्तकेशान्वितां घण्टामण्डितपादपद्मयुगलां नागेन्द्रकुम्भस्तनीं इन्द्राक्षीं परितयामि सततं प्रत्यक्षसिद्धिप्रदाम्। ॐ धूरसिधूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वतयो वयं धूर्वामस्त्वं देवानामशिषस्थितमं पप्रितमं दुष्टतमं वह्नितमं देवभूतममहृतमसि हविर्दानं नृगुंहस्वमाह्वा मित्रस्य त्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षेमाभेर्मा संविक्ता मा त्वाहि पुंसिषुम्। ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं क्लीं स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः। धूपमाघ्रापयामि। ॐ उद्दीप्यस्वजातवेदोपघ्नन्निरर्जुं मम आगहि श्रिया मा परिपातय। ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं क्लीं स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः। दीपं सन्दर्शयामि। अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ मधुवातारुतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्णः सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुम्रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमानो वनस्पतिर्मधुमाकुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः मधु मधु मधु। ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं क्लीं स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः। नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते। सृष्टिस्थितिविनाशानां सृष्टिभूते सनातनी गुणाश्रये गुणमये नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते। शरणागतदीनार्थपरित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्थ हरे देवी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं क्लीं स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः। कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि। रक्षां धारयामि। शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तंभस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगपट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलं कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्रे नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलं परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम् त्वं स्मृतमहं धन्य मम प्राणमहेश्वर गङ्गाधर नामेति स्तोत्रस्थानं ददाम्यहम् हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
The greatest gift Rama gave it to the world is the principle of Hindu feminism, Sita. The ideal of Sita. One of the greatest gifts, I should say he has given multiple gifts. The principle, concept of Hanuman. Rama was the alchemy. He was the catalytic agent for a personality like Hanuman to manifest devotion. See, for a personality like Hanuman to happen, you need to be an absolute Purusha, an absolute Uttama. Absolute Purusha, Paramashiva, absolute Uttama, playing within the principles of the physics. Only then a personality like Hanuman can be manifested. Hanuman, who knows Rama is Paramashiva, and he knows he plays within the principles of physics. So Hanuman has to manifest all the powers through his devotion and make Paramashiva's mission happen.
Okay.
Now people ask me, why Rama can't build his own temple if he is so powerful? I tell them, I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
Nithyananda, that was such a powerful darshan of Sri Ramchandra Prabhu, Devi Parashakti Mariamman, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let us now get ready to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Today we are going to be manifesting another power, another interesting power under the will. So today also we are going to be manifesting one of the power which is coming from the power of will itself. So when we decide, just manifesting it, like the consciousness over matter, and also the power that we manifested yesterday, changing the color of our eyes. I'm sure many of you manifested that power and had breakthroughs in your life and manifesting your realities also. So today we are going to be manifesting another interesting where we are going to be able to change the color of our hair also. So I know, I'm sure that none of you even thought about the power manifestation that can be used for all these kind of things. But yes, power manifestation can be used for anything in your life, from anything to everything. It can be used for literally everything in your life. So today you're going to be manifesting this power of changing the color of your hair. So now what you can do is you can just take the photo of your own hair on your head. You can just take the photo, like maybe a selfie, making sure that your hair is visible. You can take it like that, or you can ask someone else to maybe go close and take a close-up of your hair also. So today we are going to be changing the color of our hair. You can change it to any color that you want, any color that you feel that no human can have this color of hair naturally. So you can think of any of those colors also, and you can decide to manifest that also in your life. Because power manifestation is all beyond logic. It does not have to be anything that is logically possible. What you think is logically possible, okay, this is something that is possible, this is something that is not possible. What you think as like ultimately impossible, even those things can become reality through the power manifestation. So today, as we are manifesting the power of changing the color of our hair, we will see that we are manifesting also our, not just the power of the will, but we will be manifesting our realities that we have decided to manifest during the time that we are writing in the process today. So we have another minute to quickly take our photos of the hair and be seated. We are going to be doing one round of today's power manifestation.
शिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्.
Yes, let us now get ready for the power manifestation. Sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. If you can, sit in Padmasana, sit in Padmasana. Sitting on the ground is the best, but if you cannot sit on the ground, you can sit in a comfortable position as you want. But sit in Padmasana if you can, with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in your third eye. Any form, any darshan, any where you felt the oneness, where you felt the bliss when you saw the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, you can visualize those forms of Swamiji in your inner space. Just in your third eye, you can visualize this form of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, of Swamiji in your third eye. And start chanting the Mahavakya. You can chant along with the Mahavakya that's being played now. Intensely chant the Mahavakya. Literally, your body should be vibrating in the Mahavakya. Now, visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and just request Swamiji that, Swamiji, please change. Please manifest through me and change the color of this hair, and also visualize the manifestation that you want to manifest in your life, the reality that you want to manifest that you have written down. You can request that also to Swamiji. Swamiji, please make all of this into reality, make me manifest all of these. You can manifest that also, and you will see when you are manifesting the power, you'll be able to manifest your reality also. Just by manifesting this power, it is like removing an obstacle. By manifesting this power, you're removing an obstacle from your life, and also at the same time manifesting your reality. So let us now manifest this power for the next 3 minutes. Sit straight and intensely chant the Mahavakya and manifest the power.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om
Let us continue to manifest. Sit straight and chant the Mahavakya intensely. We have 1 more minute to manifest this power. So let us intensely chant the Mahavakya, be in a space of oneness, and manifest the power of changing the color of your hair. You can change it to any color that you want.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, now let us move on to the next step of the power manifestation, where we are going to be verifying the manifestation that has happened. So we have taken the first initial photo of ourselves, the color of our hair. Now we will be taking another photo to check and see how much has manifested and what we have manifested. I'm sure all of you have manifested this power. It's not that the whole color of your head would have changed. Even like a few strands of hair would have changed. That is also a manifestation, because inside you might have felt, okay, I did not want to manifest the power completely, just maybe a little bit to just see the manifestation happening. So even if you had a thought like this, so even you would have manifested like a few strands of your hair, like for the tips of your hair. Even small manifestations would have happened even if you did not want to like change the color of your hair completely. So you can see how much you have manifested and what you have manifested. And you can take the photo again now to verify the results, to check how much you have manifested.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes.
In a few moments, we are going to be moving on to the next step, where we're going to be posting and sharing our experiences on the social media.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Now, let us share our experiences on the social media. You can go to the Facebook and share your experiences over there. You can click on add a post and add your post over there in the Facebook. And while you're posting your experiences, you can click on,
I bless you all.
you can search for the
All your three eyes.
Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and tag the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to your post that you're posting. Facebook page of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam. You can tag this Facebook page also while you're posting your experiences. And also share your experiences of how many breakthroughs you've had, what kind of breakthroughs you've had, and what are the things that you've manifested and changed in your life. So you can share about all of these also. And while you're sharing your experiences, you can use the hashtag Navami. You can use the hashtag KAILASA. You can use the hashtag Pachai or the PPV. You can use the hashtag Power Manifestation. You can use the hashtag Nithyananda. You can use all of these hashtags to post your experiences. And now it is time to move on to the next segment of today's session, to the Nithyananda Satsang, and receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let us come to the end of the Power Manifestation session. Now let us sit straight in the space of meditation, ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Close your eyes. Be in the space of meditation, the meditative space, ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the Nithyananda Satsang. Just now move on to the next segment, which is the Nithyananda Satsang. Thank you, Nithyananda.
नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Sri Mahants, Mahants, Tanedars, Kotaris, sitting with us through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, Ara TV, and two-way video conferencing, having Naina Diksha. The cities sitting with us through two-way video conferencing, having Naina Diksha. Surrey, Canada, Madurai, North San Antonio, Rajapalayam, Chicago, Hyderabad, Dubai, Hong Kong, Trinidad, Charlotte, San Antonio, Texas, Minot, North Dakota, Singapore, Singapuram, Winston-Salem, Doncaster, UK, Vancouver, Bhubaneswar, St. Louis, Tirumala, Indrani, New Jersey, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, Los Angeles, Hollywood, and China, Charlotte, Srisalem, Toronto, Tirukailayam, Seattle, Chidambaram, Kuala Lumpur, Palani, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, St. Louis, Tirumala, Ohio, Los Angeles, Arunachalam, Oman, Sivagangai, Kulim, Diruttani, and Malaysia, Chennai, Tiruvanmiyur, and lot more cities. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Let's enter into third verse of Isavasya Upanishad. I'll continue to expand on it because so many questions need to be answered, so many answers need to be questioned. Asurya namate lokaha antena tamasavrutaha taguste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita taguste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Listen, Atmahana, saying no to life, leads to the lower levels of existence. Dussanga, company of the lower level people, I tell you, that is the hell. That is the hell. Company of the lower level people, because they will somehow brainwash you to get into their space, and they will make you do what they want to do. Finally, they will put you in trouble, then they will escape because they are very shrewd. They will escape so that they will go and hunt the other person. One fellow, very popular preacher of suicide theology, he will preach, teach, literally mesmerize, hypnotize everyone to commit suicide. And a lot of people have started committing suicide. Teaching death is very easy, you see. That is why all death-based concepts spread wild like a wildfire. All the death-based religions, concepts, killing yourself and killing others, they spread like a wildfire. But the life-based religions, concepts, takes lot of time. The best life-based religion in toto 100% is Jainism. The pure life-based religion, ahimsa and life, saying yes to life. But how much struggle that religion has to go through to spread? Or actually there is no followers, literally there is no followers of Jainism. That's the truth. Except handful of monks, few people. Because it is life-based. Doesn't spread that widely. But all death-based concepts, they just spread like a wildfire. Please understand, billions of animals are killed every year for our food. Still, I can't imagine. How will you kill somebody for your snack? How will you kill somebody for your snack? It takes a lot of time to accept life-based truths, understandings. It's very easy to receive and teach, spread death-based ideas and concepts because it is all agitating. Agitation is misunderstood as excitement. This suicide theology fellow, he spread so much and people commit suicide. Somebody asked, why are you not committing suicide? You are teaching to so many people. He said, no, if I die, then who will teach this idea and make more and more people commit suicide? Dussanga, understand, biggest warning this Upanishad is giving is Dussanga, the wrong company. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita taguste pretyabhigachanti yeke chatmahano janaha. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavritaha taguste pretyabhigachanti yeke chatmahano janaha. Lower grade worlds, abodes of demonic people, Asurya, Asuras. Understand? Once, when I was in the Ramakrishna mission, I met a very senior sadhu. A great tapasvi. His name is Nandananda. Swami Nandananda ji. Great tapasvi. Very rarely I have seen tapasvi of his caliber. Actually, he has little difficulty in hearing. Not little, lot of difficulty. literally he can't hear. So he's such beautiful, innocent being. He's almost like a deaf grandfather of the whole family. If there is a deaf grandfather in the family, how these grandkids will tease him and play around him and go near him, shout, scream, and make fun. He can't hear, so he will be screaming and running around, chasing. So he was exactly the deaf grandfather of the family. We small young brahmacharis will be running around him and teasing him, playing with him. He was such an innocent being and such a loving being, caring being. He will enjoy the whole thing. Just all by himself, walking from village to village, he established Ramakrishna Sangha in whole Andhra. So much he has done. Just by walking from village to village, he will take Ramakrishna's photo on his head and go from village to village and establish the Sangha. In whole Andhra he has established Ramakrishna Sangha. When I met him, he was already well above 90. There is every possibility he can be even still alive, because there was no sign of death in him. And I have not heard the news he left the body. There is a possibility he would have left the body and I have not received the news, or there is a possibility he has not left the body. At least when I met him, there was no sign of death in him. And I am 100% sure he has achieved Bhava Samadhi. Means he can converse with, he can talk to Sri Ramakrishna directly. Because I have seen him fulfilling the people's prayers by talking to him, talking to Sri Ramakrishna. Actually, when people ask him, the village people come to him and ask him any prayers, he will note that in Telugu. He is from Andhra, basically, born in Andhra, but I think brought up in North. Anyhow, he can write Telugu. He will note that down in Telugu. And when he comes and sits in the room, when he gets into that Bhava Darshana, Bhava, it means when he starts doing japa and meditation, when he gets into Bhava, I used to help him, assist him. Sadhu Seva is one of the greatest part of my lifestyle. With all my work, I will never miss serving any elderly sadhu whom I come in contact. From the time I know, I remember me, Sadhu Seva, serving the sadhus was an important component of my life. It is the instruction from Kuppammal, hey, serve the sadhus, you will be served 1,000 times better. And the word always came true. The word always came true. Now I can say, I am the most served living guru on the planet Earth. Not with any pride or arrogance. I can be very straightforward. Most served, most attended, most literally, physically worshipped. The whole thing is just because of the sadhu seva I did. Understand? Never miss serving elderly sadhus, especially when you know them, they are honest sadhus. They are sincere sadhus. They might be enlightened or unenlightened. They might be in the various levels of enlightenment, various levels of samadhi. But if you know them, that they are sincere sadhus, never miss serving them. So I used to serve him. In the night time, he will ask for a little hot water and all that. And one problem with the people who have a less hearing is they will think we also can't hear, so they will speak very loudly. They will speak very loudly. From his room, if he calls, I can listen from my room, which is almost 100 feet away. Koka! He'll call like that only. Koka means small boy. I am the youngest in my batch. So, actually, when I was accepted in the MUT, I was a minor. Minors are usually not accepted. Legally, you have to be a major. That 18 years, but I did not complete my 18 years, but they accepted me. So I was called as Koka. And he will scream. When I run to his room, he will ask for a little hot water. Very simple person. Not much things needed. Just little hot water to drink in the night, and very rarely he will ask for one banana. And very simple person. So when I give the hot water and wait for getting into that Bhava Samadhi, and he will start talking to Ramakrishna. He will start talking to Ramakrishna. Please understand, he was not in any delusion or illusion, because he will ask me, hey, bring that paper from the table. There was a small table nearby. I'll bring that paper and give it to him, and whatever devotees have asked him, he would have penned down in that paper. He will ask one by one. And whenever he comes and stays in Mylapore Mutt, that around that place there are few slums, city slums. There is Kabali Nagar, the Deer Kuppam, and Ramakrishna Nagar. From those slums, people will come to see him. He was well known for fulfilling the prayers of people. So they will come to see him, and he will tell Ramakrishna that this person wanted his daughter to get admission in the college. Will it happen? When it will happen? Just like talking to us, he will talk to him. And then he will pick up a pen and, oh, okay, it will happen, all right. Now he will tick, so that next day he will, when those devotees come, he will explain to them, he will tell them, I have seen this whole scene personally. End to end means when devotees come to him and talk to him, how he notes down, and the night time, how he sits and talks to Ramakrishna and notes down the Ramakrishna's answer. And then next day when the devotees come again, he will call them and pick up that paper and slowly read one by one with his loud voice. He will explain. Thakur bolche, he will mix Bengali also into his Telugu, Tamil, all mixed language. He has his own language. And he knows some 4 or 5 languages, so he will mix all that. And Thakur bolche means Ramakrishna said, and he will explain. At least whatever I have seen, not even one case failed. One reply he got back failed. And it will be very precise. Very precise. Not collective or superficial, rough. No. Very precise. I am a great Vedanti. I will not believe any of this that easily. For me, only my gurus are enlightened. I will not bend, bow down in front of anything, anybody. So I tested 2-3 times. And I used to take him to that shop where his hearing aids are made. And so I used to travel with him. Closely also, when I sit next to him also, I will watch. Is he really achieved Bhava Samadhi? Or is he just having some illusion or delusion? But continuously I have seen him being in that space of joy and innocence. Finally, one day I was very clear. I mean, all my doubts are clear that I am 100% sure he is in Bhava Samadhi and he really talks to Sri Ramakrishna and he really gets the response. That much I realized. I understood. Nandanandaji was actually even in Madurai Ramakrishna Math. He spent a lot of time in Madurai Ramakrishna Math also. And he will go and talk to Sundareshwara also. He will go to temple and stand in the Garbha Mandir and talk to Sundareshwara. One day I was really convinced about his greatness, and he is established in Bhava Samadhi. I asked him, Swamiji, you are talking to Sri Ramakrishna for the sake of everyone. Can you tell me, what should I ask Ramakrishna? What you ask from him, for you. You tell me, I want to ask the same thing for me, from him. Because if you are talking to him, then you know best what should be asked from him. You would have asked that for you. You tell me that I want to ask the same thing for me from him, through you only, but you tell me, what should I ask? What's the best thing to be asked from Bhagavan, Sri Ramakrishna? He usually will speak loudly. Suddenly he just pulled my hand and pulled me near him and started telling very lightly. Means, I think he's trying to convey something very secret. Ask Bhagavan always to have good company and never you should get into bad company. That's all you need to ask. Never you should be attracted to bad people and bad company. You should always be with the good people and good company. Have only good people, satsanga. Never you should be influenced, attracted by bad people. That's all I ask him for me. I will ask the same for you also. That's it, I tell you. Still I remember the power of those words. It may look very superficial and simple for you guys. Only if you know the context, the situation. A man who can talk to God directly every night as he wants says, I think I should ask only this. Let me not have bad people's company who influence me wrongly, I tell you. Bad people's company is such, they can even steal, rob Guru in your life who happened after janmas of tapas, understand? After hundreds and hundreds of births, your prayers, your tapas, your fasting, your meditating, a living Guru happens in your life. the bad company. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita. These people, asuras, the company of the asuras, bad people, can take away, rob even the greatest happening, that guru, from your life. Be aware, be careful, be aware, be careful. Asurya namate loka. Nandanandaji, that Swamiji said, whether when I am living or after death, don't allow bad people company to happen to me. That's all I wanted. He used to tell me. I told Thakur, if he doesn't give me health, I have no problem. If he doesn't give me wealth, I have no problem. I don't want name and fame. I don't ask anything. I don't want anything. Whatever he gives, he gives. If he doesn't want to give, if he doesn't want to give. I ask him only one thing. Let me have satsanga. Let me never have dussanga. Let me not have bad company who move me away from spiritual lifestyle. Dussanga is the worst curse, I tell you. Because even you falling into depression or slipping from spiritual lifestyle, spiritual practice is not crime, it may be mistake. But you can, if you have a good company, you can recover and come back. But company of the bad people is blunder. 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 Understand? They will be so enchanting, enticing. I tell you, always the bad people will be enticing because they are encouraging all your basic instincts. They are encouraging all your agitative excitements. They don't let the maturity happen. So the company of bad people is the blunder. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita. Today's subject for Vakyartha Sadas is Satsanga and Dussanga. What is Satsanga? What is Dussanga? How Satsanga does good? How Dussanga does bad? Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita. This line, Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita, the company of bad people. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita taguste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Understand? Good company. Just good company is enough. You will become enlightened. What else has happened in the Shivoham process? Whole Shivoham process happened in Cambodia, going to happen in Varanasi. Is all just satsanga. Sit with the master. Simply the enlightenment happens. Shivoham experience flowers. especially Varanasi, Murti, Tirtha, Sthala, all the three. Tirtha, the Ganga. In Kamikagama, Mahadeva says, Ganga is the ever pure water. In the Bhasma Snana Vidhi, he says, just like Ganga is ever pure water, Bhasma is ever pure. Ganga, Tirtha, Sthala. What better Sthala you will get than Varanasi? His very own address. If Kailasa is his address, Varanasi is his bedroom. It is his private quarters. If Kailasa is his address, Varanasi is his private quarters. What better place you will find? And Achala Murti, Viswanatha, Sachala Murti, Gurudeva. And the concept you are going to work is Shivoham. Actually, when you start the program only, you will even chant Shivoham. You will end up as Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Because Aham will not be there to tell even Shivoham. It will end up as Shiva, Shiva. Satsanga. 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 Asurya namate lokaha antena tamasavrita tagaste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. I'll continue to expand. And taganste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Pretyabhi means after death. Pretyabhi, after death. Listen. Whoever does Atmahana, killing the Atman, same feathers flock together. That's all. It's a simple fact. Nothing mystical about it. And if you are a negative person, you will not be happy even in satsang. You will get only negative people and what, do you know what he is doing? Do you know what he is doing? Do you know what she is doing? Only with that kind of talk you will also be comfortable. Yes. Wow, I feel so relieved. And she is such a nice person and such a good friend. And same way, if you are a person aligned to the truth and for life, spirituality, you will feel comfortable only with those kind of friends. I tell you, this one statement, tell about who is your friend, with whom you are hanging out, I'll tell about you. This is the ultimate sutra. I think this can be even added into Upanishads. Now I can tell in our Sangha, based on who is walking with whom, who is hanging out with whom, who is sitting with whom, who is talking with whom, just with that I can tell whether this fellow is going to be evolving or he is going to be disappearing soon, running away soon. I can very clearly tell. Same way among devotees also. Who hangs out with whom And who takes selfie with whom and puts it in the Facebook? Now with that I know very clearly it is going to pass or fail. Understand? Pretyabhigachanti. After death, where you are going to go, prepare yourself for that. The best place to prepare yourself for the journey of after death is Varanasi. Actually, this Varanasi inner awakening is going to be the experience of Upanishads, literally. Literally the experience of Upanishads. And the construction of Varanasi ashram and Gurukul is happening in super fast speed. Inner awakening program itself may not be held in the Varanasi ashram now, but we may be inaugurating, at least installing the deity in the Varanasi Gurukul. Asuryanamate loka antena tamasavrita tagunste bretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Understand? Yesterday I was expanding on how saying yes to life raises you, saying no to life disturbs you. I was explaining about Vairagya. Listen, I wanted to add something further. If you feel the sensory pleasures of your life, saying no to it is saying no to life. And when the life teaches you sensory pleasures are not ultimate, move. Not ready to learn that lesson is also saying no to life. Listen. Whenever life gives you the experience, sensory pleasures are not ultimate. Come on, come next. Move forward, move further. Let your pleasures be matured. Let your aspirations be matured. And you saying, no, I think that is too much risk I have to take. I think it's okay, I'm here, good. That is again saying no to life. Saying no to the evolution of life is saying no to life. If you are confused, now, if I say yes, am I saying yes to my passions and yes to my sensory pleasures? Or should I say yes to my maturity, evolution? I think life has also told me many times that sense pleasures are not ultimate. It is asking me to get matured. What should I do? Always, even if you think it is going to be mistake, decide for maturity. Because even if it's a mistake, it's a right side to err. Right side to err. Err on the right side. So understand, lot more thinking through is required about this concept of saying yes to life. That is why I insist on Vakyartha Sadas. all the seekers should either listen or participate in Vakyartha Sadas. I tell you, in Vakyartha Sadas, so much of Vada Pradivada, listening, internalizing, exploring happens. The beauty of Vakyartha Sadas is it makes even your body matured. Listen, not just mind. Your body gets matured. Whenever you do intense yoga, kriya, pranayama, don't think just your body gets matured. Your mind too gets matured. When you work on the body, mind also gets matured. When you do Vakyartha Sadas, body also gets matured. In all our ashrams, the sound of the mantras in the temple and the smell of the goshala and the sound of food being cooked in the large quantity and served freely, and sound of the bell ringing in the temple, and the sound of the Vakyartha Sadas should be continuously heard. All this should be the brand of Nithyananda Sangha ashrams. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrita tagunste pretyabhigachanti yeke chat mahanojanaha. Kill the Atma. Who does Atma Hana? They get into the space of demons. The hells coerced by blinding darkness and all the negative qualities of tamas. So wake up, decide for life. Never give up. Come what may, look through it. You will see the light in the other side of the tunnel. However long the tunnel may look, you will see the light on the other side. Don't give up. And I have the right to tell that word experientially. Don't give up. As Hindus, we have the right to tell that word, don't give up. After being beaten so much, attacked so much, understand? I'm not even talking about 3,000 years. Just last 300 years, the amount of Hindus killed, tortured, abused just because of our faith, our way of life. After all that, we are still standing. And we have a right to say, don't give up. And I tell you, after all this torture, we are made to believe our own upper caste has killed our own lower caste. That is the peak of crime. After being destroyed, the remaining few of us are made to believe no outsider killed, you guys killed each other. Because we are seeing so many dead bodies all around. How to dispose? What to do? Who killed it? Who did it? No, you guys did it amongst yourselves when you are sleeping. When you are sleeping, you rolled on that person, he rolled on you, and he got killed. This is the story we are told. Anyhow, all this we withstood. We have not given up. It's time for us to win. We won't give up, and we will teach people not to give up. Because we have faced all the worst situations where anybody would have given up, and we did not give up. We have a right to tell you guys, don't give up. Always decide for life. Always decide for life. Always decide for life. Asurya namate loka antena tamasavrada tagunste pretyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. Those who do atmahana, deny life, get into the worst abodes filled with negative people and negativity. Understand, if your purpose is existential reality and artificial ignorance, artificial intelligence of the matrix is used to support it, great, you are out of the matrix. But if your purpose is artificial ignorance, even if you own the whole planet Earth, ownership idea itself is artificial stupidity. Within the matrix, anything you do is waste of your time, which is life for you. Your time is money for your boss, pleasure for your beloved. Your time has a various meaning for many people in your life. But for you, your time is life. If artificial intelligence or artificial ignorance, which all of us commonly accepted and created, if that becomes the purpose of your goal, you are grown, not living. Let artificial intelligence not be your purpose. It's a very good servant, but that is not purpose of life.